Okay, hi everyone and welcome to another PT Business Coaches live training webinar. We've just got some people coming on the line now, so I'm just going to give some personal trainers maybe about 45 to 60 seconds. I can assure you we're definitely going to start on time, so we've just got some people coming online. It's so fantastic to see and know that there is PTs in the US on the live training webinar as well as New Zealand and Canada. So, excuse me, just another 30 seconds, guys, 40 seconds, and we'll certainly get started straight into it. We've got a jam-packed full webinar today, and we're also doing some live Q&A at the end. So, again, about 30 seconds, and we'll definitely get started. So good to see some members on the line, some personal trainers that we've certainly spoken to over the last couple of months, even the last couple of weeks, and even some old friends, Mr. Rogers, Wayne Rogers from Noosa, an old friend of mine. So welcome to the webinar, Wayne. It's good to see you, mate. I saw you register a couple of days ago, so it's good to see you on the webinar. So again, guys, another 30 seconds and we'll get started. We've literally got people coming on as I'm speaking. Everyone knew it was a 1 o'clock start, so another 15 or 20 seconds and away we go. I hope my voice holds up. I've had the man flu for about 2 or 3 weeks here in Melbourne, Australia. It's been one of the coldest winter. I heard a couple of weeks ago on the news that we've had in about 50 years, and we've had high cases of influenza, so it's been a really, really cold month in Melbourne. All right, guys, I think we can get started. Okay, beautiful. So, how to create, promote, and fill your boot camps and challenges in 6 easy steps. Very quickly, I'm Frank Smorelli, and along with my business partner, Brad Cussworth, we are the co-founders of PT Business Coaches, now the world's leading business educators for personal trainers. I'm super excited today about this live webinar. We have lots of personal trainers, as I mentioned, from all around the world, and this tells me how much of a hot topic this is in the industry at the moment. Like all our live webinars, I'll deliver great content for about 35 or 40 minutes, and then we'll do live Q&A with all the trainers live on the actual webinar at the end of the content. So before we actually get started, can you all please just click on the little red icon with the arrow to the top right of your screen, and it opens up a chat box. I'll say that again, a little red icon with the arrow to the top right of the screen. It opens up into your chat box. This is where you actually want to ask questions. If everyone can just put a little comment in there just to make sure that you can hear me loud and clear, just a yes or a cool or anything like that. I've got a perfect mate from Sean. Thank you, beautiful. Thanks, Shane. Good to have you on the line. Andrew, yes, yes, yes. Just keep going, guys. A few more. Just give me a cool or a yes or a thumbs up. Yes, okay. Thank you, Pat, Fiona, beautiful. Okay, we're all good to go. Some smiley faces, loud and clear. Darren, thank you. Thank you, Wayne. Okay, beautiful, guys. We're ready to go. Let's get straight into it. So, I'm really pumped about today's webinar. The first thing you must do when thinking about running a short-term program, irrespective of whether that's a 28-day boot camp or a 6-week body transformation challenge, is to think about who your avatar is. Your avatar is your specific target market. We're starting at the top of the tree here, guys. So really, really important to understand who your target market is. This forms the foundation of your marketing and promotional activity moving forward. So before you start ringing the graphic designer or thinking about what to post on Facebook, handing out flyers and informing people what you're going to sell them, you need to first identify your target market very, very clearly. I'm going to talk about this in depth in the next minute or so, but I cannot emphasize how important this is. And when you're starting your boot camp or even thinking about it or your transformation challenge, you must think, okay, who is the niche? Who's my avatar? Who's my target market? Excuse me. Is your target market young mothers between kind of 34 and 50? Perhaps you want to do a go hard or go home type of program for alpha males. In this case, potentially, 22 to 40-year-old males may appeal to you. Undoubtedly, the best way to ensure you get the response you want from your short-term program is to clearly understand your target market first. From a health and fitness perspective, what are their needs? What are their wants? What are their desires? What are their fears and frustrations? Understanding these key questions will give you tremendous power when creating and eventually running your short-term program, as well as aiding you in the back-end process. And I'll talk about kind of the front end and the back-end process, excuse me, in a moment. Please understand, your short-term program is called, well, I'll talk about it now. Your short-term program is called your front end, and your back end is referred to as your core program. So your back end program could be, your 2 sessions per week or your 3 sessions per week. So understand that your boot camp and your transformation challenge, irrespective of whether that's 30 days, 7 weeks, 12 weeks, I'll get into that in the next couple of minutes. It's really important to understand that's your front end program, and your back end is your actual core program. That's where you make all the money. Okay, so when putting together your short-term program, please remember your target market is not everybody. I shudder when clients tell me that their target market is everyone. When you target everyone for your short-term program, it's too hard to focus on anyone and you actually attract no one. Once you have niched it, guys, you're ready to structure it. But please understand, you must nail your target market first. I'm just going to grab a quick sip of water. Okay, number 2. Once you know exactly who your niche is, it's time to come up with a really cool name that is aligned with your particular target market. It is so important to ensure that the name and tagline, if you wish to have one, really, really pops. You can't get away with boring program names these days. There are so many personal trainers out there globally that are running these cool boot camps and cool transformation challenges with amazing names. Your tagline or your boot camp name or challenge must really, really pop. Your target audience needs to know that this program is actually for them. For example, if your niche is overweight women between, let's say 18 and 36, you should think carefully about having weight loss in your actual name or tagline. One of my clients in the US is targeting overweight mums between 36 and 50. His program name is Melt Away the Fat, the ultimate 6-week weight loss program, the ultimate 6-week weight loss program. He's now creating an ebook and he's got a separate landing page and he's actually going to build that out and get a trademark on that particular name as well. If your niche is males between 22 and 38, you're not going to create a short-term program called Bootylicious. Your program name must be aligned with the actual target market. So similarly, you probably wouldn't call your program, Beast Fit, bigger, stronger, fitter, if your target audience is young adult females between 17 and 25. Your target market and your name must merge. They must integrate. So think about your target market that sits at the top of the tree, and then you chunk down to your tagline and your name. They must align. Very, very important. The name needs to fit the specific target market, as I just mentioned. So here's some examples, guys. So dangerously fit and sexy, transform your body in 6 weeks. Target market here would be women, let's say probably 22 to 36. Fit, fabulous, and fantastic. The 39-day ultimate body makeover program. Again, the target market here would be, I'd say, 36 to 50. Excuse me. Body Blitz, number 3. The ultimate leaner, harder, stronger body. Again, program. Again, I've got a couple of people in the US that use that particular name. Body Blitz, the ultimate leaner, harder, stronger program. Target market 32 to 48 males. So once you have your name chosen, it's time to really, really know your format. The main formats include, these are what I'm going to be covering in this particular webinar today. So the 28 or the 30-day format, the 6 to 7 weeks format, and the 12-week format. Let's take a closer look at each individual format now. Firstly, the 28 or 30-day format. This short-term program is actually priced between kind of $47 and $197 for the entire 28 to 30 days. It has a smaller upfront commitment, so it is much easier to sign people up on this particular program from that particular perspective. With this format, you virtually make no money or very little money at the front end of the program. All the money, again, guys, is made at the back end. That's the actual upsell, and I'll talk about that right at the end of the webinar. Participants typically have access to, I'd say, about 3 to 5 sessions per week, typically, again, with pre and post assessments. I think for a short-term program like this, it is important to offer pre and post assessments. Some nutritional handouts, including exercises to do at home, should also be included in this format. Now, guys, understand $47 to $197. Yes, you must provide value, but at times you're probably not going to provide as much value for a 6 or 7 week program or a 12-week program where the price point is a lot higher. You absolutely create value, but you don't have to do as much in these short-term programs. Excuse me. Next is the 6 to 7 week format. This short-term program is usually priced between $197 and $397. It has a little bit more depth than the 28 or 30-day program in terms of what the participants actually receive. Food journals to track food intake, exercise journals to track additional exercise outside of the designated sessions are also recommended. Unlike the shorter term program, this format does bring in money at the front end. So you do make money at the front end, and if you've got a proper sales conversion system, you're going to make a hell of a lot of money at the back end. One of my US clients, I do have a lot of personal US clients at the moment. They enrolled, it was 28 people into their 6-week body transformation challenge at $297. Now, if you do the maths, guys, I think that's about $8,300. Let's just say over $8,000. So 28 people enrolled into his 6-week body transformation program at $297. So there is absolutely no doubt that you can make really, really good coin at the front end of your 6 and 7 week format. Additionally to pre and post assessments, this format typically has weekly or bi-monthly tracking. For example, weigh-in and body fat composition analysis. I get this question a lot. You know, Frank, if I'm running a 7-week boot camp or a 7-week transformation challenge, excuse me, how often should I be doing weigh-ins? It's horses for courses, probably twice, maybe 3 times in that time frame. I certainly wouldn't be doing a weigh-in every single week. I think that's probably a little bit overkill. You should also create weekly motivational emails to be sent out dealing with mindset challenges. I like about 2 or 3 emails per week. This also helps engagement and retention within the actual program. Ensure you make this short-term program similar to your core programs moving forward, so that it's easier to transition the participants or the attendees into your core offering at the conclusion of your short-term program. Conversion rates should be higher under this format as the participants have been with you for a longer period of time. They will have achieved solid results, and they're conditioned to paying the same, if not a similar amount, to your actual core program rate. So know that you actually know that they can afford this offer, because if they can afford $297 for the program, your core offer wouldn't be too much more than that. Guys, please understand that with a 6 and 7 week program, there is no doubt that your conversions, and I'm going to speak about this in a moment, there's no doubt that your conversions will be much higher compared to a 12-week program. So I won't say that I was going to mention the personal training franchisee. Most people on the webinar from Australia could probably work it out, but there's a big franchise, PT franchisee in Australia. They do a 9-week challenge. I think over the last year or two, their conversions have dropped off. So let's say they might have 50 people starting their 9-week challenge, and they might have 40 people that finish it. So I think once we start to get into a 9 weeks and 12 weeks, I think there's a higher drop-off rate and the conversions are not as high. People often say, Frank, what's your favorite? Is it 28, 30 days, 6 to 7 weeks, or 12 weeks? I love the short-term programs. A lot of my clients, a lot of our members do short-term programs. The 28-day body blitz program. I'd probably think I'm a 50-50. I like the short-term 28 or 30, and I like 6 and 7 weeks. Let's talk about the 12-week. Not one of my favorite ones at all at the moment. The 12-week format it's a much longer program. Obviously, it was very, very much in vogue several years ago, but it's nowhere near as popular as it was. I think once we start to get away from the 7 weeks, as I mentioned, conversion starts to drop, and the drop-off from actually people finishing the program also drops off as well. It takes longer to enroll people into your core program. You've got to wait 12 weeks, effectively 3 months, before you get them on your core PT program. And I think people these days are more reluctant to actually part with a larger dollar amount. This format also has a higher drop-off rate, as I just mentioned. The 12-week program is usually priced between $397 and $697, depending on how much value you're actually, not only at the point of sale, but depending on how much value you put into the program throughout the 12 weeks. This format is great for making money at the front end. It's not unusual, guys, to be making kind of 10 to 15 and up to $20,000 with this particular format. But it is a lot harder to close people in a longer format because of the longer nature of it. And also, people are a lot less reluctant since, I think, the GFC 2009, 2010. I know that sounds weird, but I believe people are less reluctant to part with $700 these days. So if I was to choose, I'd say 28 to 30 days, and I love the 6 to 7 weeks because you can still give personalized attention and really, really run a fantastic program. If you're still running your 12 weeks and it's working, keep doing it. Just find better ways of improving it so you actually optimize the conversion rate at the end of the 12 weeks. With any longer term program, ensure you get everyone to do before and after shots. This is so important for social proof. This provides a great visual help for the participants to see their end results, but it also helps you as a business person. It helps with your marketing tools, and it also helps to promote your next 12-week program or challenge if you are going to run one. All the longer program formats must include weekly emails to the participants, often twice or 3 times per week. ensuring that you're providing good quality information and on mindset and motivation to keep them going. It really surprises me how many personal trainers run these short-term programs. I'm just going to go with the Transformation Challenge, for example, and they cover off exercise beautifully. They've got their nutritional element covered, but there's nothing on mindset. I mean, you know, guys, you should know this. I mean, I was a personal trainer for a hell of a long time, and it's a combination of exercise, nutrition, and mindset. I wrote an ebook many years ago called Fail. I don't even know how to spell it, and the word fail was spelled incorrectly. It was spelled F-A-L-E instead of F-A-I-L. And it was about 90% of weight loss is basically in the mind. It's the 6 inches between your ears, and it just surprises me at how many personal trainers don't put an emphasis on mindset. If you're running these challenges, make sure you have some materials or some content on mindset, or else these people are not going to achieve the results, their attendees, and the drop-off is going to be a lot higher. I like the idea of emailing the participants short weekly videos, and they don't have to be long. They can be 30 seconds up to 2 or 3 minutes on exercise consistency and healthy eating, and as I said, mindset. I think videos, if you're going to set yourself up to run short-term programs on a consistent basis, a lot of my clients, a lot of our members do it 4 times a year, start to set the program up like a real system. You don't have to re-record the videos every time you run a program. They'll be set. And start to really develop this system, almost like you're going to franchise it or trademark it. Set it up like a proper system, so when it's ready to be run, you're just effectively pressing buttons. You're not recreating the wheel or recreating content. Doing short videos, this provides added motivation to the overall value of your program. Then you're more likely to kind of get closer to the $697 for the 12-week program instead of the $397. As a long-term goal, these videos could also be the start of an online membership site that you can provide future participants with. They would simply be given a username and password, and at the beginning of the 12-week program, that gives them access to the members-only area where they would be able to download nutritional healthy meals and view videos and all that sort of stuff. So often these sites can be set up as part of the 12-week program, and once you've got enough content, once you've got enough quality content in there, you can absolutely charge an additional fee, whether it's $5 a week or $25 a week, on top of the price of the actual program. We have quite a few of our PT Business Accelerator members looking at doing this at the moment. Guys, if you want to write this down, the actual membership site or back-end process where you could build something like this is called Kajabi. So really, really cheap platform. It's actually built for this sort of stuff. Don't think you need to create a hell of a lot of content. You can have some basic content on there. Even if you don't want to charge an additional fee, you can actually have that as a part of your 6 or 7 week program or your 12-week program. I'm all about adding value. So if your participants have got passwords and usernames to a back-end process where they can get access to nutritional plans and maybe some videos and some exercises to do at home, it just means that you're going to get more referrals down the track, and it means you can actually charge more down the track as well. So I'm all about providing as much value as you can. Okay, number 3, have a promotional marketing plan. Your promotional or marketing plan will be largely dependent on your target market and your program format. I often say in marketing parlance, fish where the fish are, meaning if your target market is mums between, let's say, 34 and 50, you should be marketing your program within local schools. Take out a full page ad in the local school newsletter and promote it for 3 weeks in a row. And guys, this is really, really cheap marketing. One of my clients has just started doing this last week, and I think it was like $40 a week. Cheap advertising in the local school newsletters. Perhaps often, have a slight discount or an added value item for mums and dads that bring their kids to that particular school. I just love promoting in local school newsletters. It's just a really cheap format of advertising. So number 1, let's go through 6 things here. So let's look at 6 simple ways to promote your short-term program. Really important. So if your program is designed for males between 34 and 50, you should be promoting it within local sporting clubs. For example, some local soccer or football clubs. Offer incentive if they bring friends with them to participate in the program. More on this in a few minutes. I'm going to kind of give you the secret sauce to how to really get more numbers into your boot camps and challenges. But make sure, guys, get into the mindset of you've got to fish where the fish are. Understand your target market and then understand where that target market actually hangs out. Number 2, this is pretty cool. Several of our PT members do well by promoting their short-term programs on Facebook. These days, you can get extremely targeted with Facebook ads. The cost of Facebook ads is also a hell of a lot cheaper with Google AdWords. we're actually bouncing off the idea of doing, we're doing Facebook ads at the moment for one of our, for this particular business, PT Business Coaches. We're looking at doing Google AdWords. The price difference is enormous. I wouldn't even waste time doing Google AdWords, not with Facebook ads being so cheap. Simply create a lead capture page like this and then start sending traffic to it with Facebook ads and boosted posts. If you have an email database, you can absolutely draw traffic to these pages with email marketing. I think this is really, really slick. Lead capture pages for your bootcamp or your transformation challenge is much more powerful, a single website page, than having all that stuff on your actual website where your website is far too busy. Just as a rule of thumb, guys, you don't really draw traffic, paid traffic to a website, but to your normal business website, but you would draw traffic to a single page website where they actually can't click off. So we've spent thousands of dollars on boosted posts this year. My advice is always look to be improving your posts in the image and also the particular content that you're writing. Have your headline capitalized, or maybe have 3 or 4 asterisks at the start of the headline and at the end of the headline. Really punchy text. Then always finish your text with, your next step is to simply click on the link below or call us on 999-999-4702. It's really important that when you're doing Facebook posts, when you're advertising a challenge or a bootcamp, it's really important that you have information like your next step is to simply call this number or email me here or click onto this link to register. You need to have a really, really clear call to action. I know that sounds obvious, but the amount of posts that Brad and I see that don't even have a call to action is like, oh, I was going to say I'm pulling my hair out. I don't really have any hair to pull out, but we see this a hell of a lot. Number 3, send out written sequential email campaigns to ex-members and ex-inquiries explaining the program and its core benefits. Obviously, guys, this is if you have a database list. You could even put together a few short videos explaining the program and then send them out via email. This is a little strategy that I think tends to work really, really well. If you add a couple of client testimonials, and even even if you have a little bit of a snippet of your last bootcamp or challenge, I think this is really, really good for social proof. And as you know, like 70% of the world's population is visual. So a video copy email or sales page is always going to work better than just a written type of text format. I love short videos. People they just feel more connected to a video as opposed to reading copy on a sales page. So if you're set up for that sort of stuff, please go for it. It's pretty straightforward. You just need to open up a YouTube channel, and you can do this off your iPhone. Don't think that you need to go and buy some expensive equipment. You can shoot cool videos on your iPhone and do so, even if you upload it to something like an Elance or an Odesk and get them to put an intro and an outro. But I love short videos as part of your program, and I also love it even more as part of promoting your program. Okay, number 4, cross-promote with other businesses. You could get businesses with a similar target market promoting your short-term program in their stores. For example, like a health food store, a sports store, even hairdressing salons if your target market was specifically females. It's about understanding a local business that has a similar target market to yours. One step further would be to organise a specific 8x4 flyer, otherwise known as a DL flyer here in Australia, and get the store owner or manager to give away your flyer after each purchase. I absolutely love this strategy, and we've got a couple of members on the line at the moment, and they know that I do, because it's a leveraged model. They are doing all the work for you. As a reward, give them some free, some free PT or free entry into your next boot camp or challenge. You could even throw them, as I said, a couple of PT sessions. This strategy is all about growing and evolving the relationship with the store owner or manager. You're not doing any work apart from cementing that relationship. Every time someone spends $50 or more in a particular health food store or food store, or a sports store, female-only clothing store like a Lorna Jane here in Australia, they are simply giving away one of your flyers. It could be a $100 gift card. It could be half price into your boot camp. It could be just promoting your boot camp or your challenge. If you can get 3 or 4 strategic alliances doing this for you, it just means that it's going to spread the word, and it's a leveraged model. It's almost like having a silent sales team working for you. I cannot speak highly enough for cross-promoting with other businesses in your local area. As a personal trainer, this is one of the first things you need to be doing, irrespective of whether you're running a boot camp or a challenge or just trying to promote your core program, which would be your PT sessions. Very, very important to do cross-promotions with the local businesses. Number 5, ensure you are promoting your short-term program on your website. I love this website. Your opt-in should also be related to your short-term program. This is one of our current members in our PT Business Accelerator program, Angelo. His opt-in says Bootcamp training, 1 free week trial. So you should be able to draw traffic to this particular page with SEO, organic traffic, and also with paid traffic. And as I mentioned earlier, Facebook ads and boosted posts, you'd get many, your results would be much, much stronger. You're not paying as much money compared to Google AdWords. Make sure your website address is on all your flyers, your posters, your business cards, your plastic gift cards, even your Facebook posts. If you look at some of the most successful personal trainers in the world, they have their specific URL on 90% of their posts, irrespective of whether that's a boosted sales post or just an organic, easy to digest post. You have a website, guys, make sure you use it because that's the essence of your retail store. So again, if you look at the most successful PTs in the world, they have their URL at the end of their posts. So you've got to get your URL on every type of marketing material you have. So as I said, you've got a website, use it. I love this website. It's a fantastic opt-in, and he does very well from that. Number 6, deal of the day sites. This could be Groupon or even Scoopon if you're in Australia. Now, most PTs tell me that the deal of the day sites only attract tire kickers or low quality leads. Now, although this may be correct to a certain extent, you're still attracting some good quality leads along the way. Plus, you're not paying for these leads, guys. They're effectively free. That's how these deal of the day sites work. From the research I've done with my clients for at least the last 5 years, you would typically get 2 to 3 good quality leads out of 10. Not great, I know that, 20%, 30%. But if I gave you 2 leads for free, 2 or 3 leads for free, let's flip this. If you gave me 2 leads for free that I had a good chance of converting into my program, I would take that every day of the week. Yes, 70% of those leads might be poor quality leads, but let's be positive, guys. You're still getting 20 to 30% of those leads. It's still giving you an opportunity to close them into your next bootcamp or transformation challenge or your PT program. So please do not, pardon the pun, discount the deal of the day sites. I know many health clubs that use them well. I know many studio owners that continuously use it. Groupon in the States, Scoopon in Australia. You can certainly use Groupon in Australia as well. They are absolutely worth looking into, guys, and it doesn't cost you anything apart from some time on the phone with one of the guys that actually organise the ads. Okay. To fill your programs up, ensure that you have a specific end goal. Always start with the end in mind, then work backwards. How much marketing do you need to do to achieve your end goals? How much money will you be spending on your next bootcamp or challenge in terms of marketing? What marketing platforms will you use to promote your program? For example, are you going to be promoting it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, email marketing? Cross-promoting with other big businesses is an absolute must. Also reaching out to your current clients that you're connected with and actually asking them for help. Leverage off your existing customers or your existing clients or members. It might cost you a breakfast or, it might cost you a couple of PT sessions. But it's really important to understand this, guys. Every single client or member that you have has a sphere of influence of 52 people. This is research, not stuff that I'm making up. 52. So if you have 30 PT clients, understand that each and every one of those clients has got a sphere of influence of 52 people. So the first thing that I do when I'm running, if I'm running a boot camp or a challenge is, okay, so these are my clients. Let's leverage off my existing clients first. Also, let's leverage off my ex-members, ex-clients, ex-inquiries. Look internally first. So these are the first questions that you need to be asking yourself, like how much money would I spend on marketing? Who could I leverage off? Get really, really smart about the way you promote these particular programs. You can have the best program in the world, but if no one knows about it, then you really have nothing. It all starts and stops at marketing and promoting your kick-ass program. Please understand that. We meet quite often, trainers that say, oh, Frank, but I'm not really a marketer. Frank, I don't really like selling. Well, you've got to learn to, because if you don't learn to market, you're not going to have clients, prospects. If you don't learn to close, to convert, you're not going to convert prospects to clients. So without marketing and without sales, you really have no business. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in the next kind of 4 to 5 minutes. Test and measure the results of each individual marketing strategy, and always be thinking of how can I improve things to maximize the return on my investment. I'm not saying go and spend money willy-nilly, throw $400, $500 or $200 on Facebook. I'm saying get really chunked down, get really smart about the particular promotional activities that you're going to engage in, and first of all, the platforms. Okay, so I'm going to be promoting my bootcamp or challenge mainly on Facebook. Fantastic, great platform. Now I'm going to be using email marketing because I have a lot of contacts with email. Choose your platforms and then start to build out your promotional plan. Okay, guys, I'm just going to grab a quick sip of water. All right, this is the secret sauce right here, possibly the most important thing that I'm going to share on this webinar. The easiest way to grow your short-term program numbers is with this type of offer. Let's assume that you're running a 6-week challenge, a 6-week body transformation challenge, and you're charging $197. Something that I see often, $197, $297. Let's just go with $197 for the sake of the exercise. So one person is paying $197, half price if someone brings in a family member or friend, and free if they bring in 2 people. I have personal clients all over the world that are getting as many as 70 to 80 people into their short-term programs just by implementing this type of strategy. You ask any PT in the world that has 80 plus participants in their short-term programs consistently, and you'll find quickly that most of them will say that they are using this particular marketing strategy or offer to increase their numbers. This is the key point, to increase numbers. It's the fastest way to fill your boot camps and challenges. And please remember, guys, this is so important. Most of the money is made at the back end of the program, not the front end. $197 per person, half, and also free if they're bringing in 2 people. Now, people often say, well, hang on a sec, Frank, I don't want to be doing a free boot camp. You've got to think of the lifetime value of the customer. Please understand, guys, this is an accelerator strategy. And if used correctly, this will increase your numbers like nothing else. You've got to get into the mindset that the money is made at the back end, not the front end. Yes, you make a little bit of money, $197, $297. It doesn't matter whether you've got 80 people in your program and 20 people haven't paid for it, because you are going to make 10 times more money at your back end than your front end. It just drives me crazy that some personal trainers that we speak to or that we meet don't quite understand. Frank, I would never do that strategy. I might do the first one, like bring in a buddy, I'll give it to you for 50%, but I would never do that strategy where you bring in 2 and you get it for free. That just doesn't work. It does work. I can tell you the metrics work. I know personal trainers, friends of mine that have got 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 people into their boot camps because of this particular strategy. $197, for example, 50% off if the participant brings in a buddy, a family member or friend, and then give it to them for free if they can bring 2 in. It is the quickest way to grow your numbers, but you must get into the mindset that, okay, cool, I'm going to make some money at the front end, but most of the money is going to be made in the back end. It's the most important message that I can give you in this webinar. Please understand, guys, you can make 10 times the amount of money in your back end program, which is your core offering. Okay, so so delivering your program will be dependent on the format you actually use. Ultimately, you want to you want to deliver a kick-ass program and get participants talking to their friends and family members about how cool it was, because this is actually going to get you referrals down the track. Delivering a program that accomplishes this and more is often attributed to what I call the 1%ers. Now, these include, but they're not limited to. So I'll take you through 4 really quickly here. So use a software system or some type of digital system designed to show the participants their starting and finishing points. So pre and post assessments. And guys, there are tons of apps that can do this now, but it's really, really important to show the participant, okay, this was your starting point and this is your end point. Really important. Number 2, get to know everyone's name, and more importantly, learn something about them. Understand that someone may have just had a child, or someone may have just come back from overseas. Know their name, no brainer, but absolutely find out at least 1 or 2 things, just a personal thing about them. And you can like if someone's just had a child, you can say, well, how's the little one going? It's really important to be able to engage on that level, on a deeper level. It's about building rapport, not just making sure, hey, this is just another number in my boot camp or challenge. Get to know them. Number 3. Put together an email series designed to motivate and educate the participants to keep them on track every single week. Again, I like 1 or 2 emails per week, guys. Like I said before, create this system. One of my personal clients has created 28 emails for his 28-day program, 1 email a day. And they're very, very short emails, in the process of putting together videos. Now, this is a system. He doesn't need to go and rewrite these emails every time he runs his 28-day Body Blitz program. So develop your program and start to develop it with this mindset. Okay, I'm going to systemize this so every time I run it, I know exactly what I'm doing from a marketing perspective, from a conversion perspective, getting the prospects or the attendees from the short-term program into my ongoing program, and all the stuff that comes with it, email marketing or motivational email stuff, and also videos. Create it once and then you've got it forever. Number 4, invite them to join your private Facebook group and get them used to interacting with the rest of the participants. It just really surprises Brad and I how many experienced personal trainers don't have a private Facebook group for their members or for their clients, generally speaking. If you're going to run a 6 to 7 or a 12-week program, I absolutely encourage you to put together a private Facebook group. It doesn't cost anything. Invite everyone onto that group, and you can post motivational stuff, videos. It's a fantastic retention tool to keep people in the program, and it's a fantastic communication tool. So, I just think that's a no-brainer. Okay, number 5, I had the pleasure of working with America's #1 business coach, Scott Horman. I'm not sure if some of you guys have heard of Scott Horman. Markets himself as the world's #1 business coach. I think Brad Sugars would have a lot to say about that, but he's certainly America's #1 business coach. Worked with him between 2011 and 2012. Scott's a really intelligent, very, very intelligent man when it comes to business growth and development, and especially marketing. We had the pleasure of doing bi-weekly Skype sessions with him. It was money really, really well spent. And the key thing that Scott used to tell us is you must optimize or improve everything you do in your business, in particular marketing, sales, and client retention. Every time you do a boot camp or a transformation challenge, be it 30 days, 6 to 7 weeks, or 12 weeks, always be thinking at the end of it, sit down with a notepad and paper and just go, right, how could I have improved this particular challenge? Is there anything that I can do so marketing, is there anything that I can improve during, the 1%ers? And what could I be doing afterwards? Let's say you get 30 people into a short-term program and you only converted 3 into your ongoing core program. I'll sit down at the end of the program and say, okay, well, what can I do next time to ensure that I convert more than 3 people? Like Scott said, always be optimizing your strategies, always be optimizing certain parts of your business, namely marketing, sales, and client retention. Regularly ask questions like, related back to marketing and promotions, questions like, how can I improve my marketing next time to get more leads? How can I improve my program by adding some more perceived value? And how can I really improve my service within the program and also the delivery so that I can get more referrals at the end of the boot camp or challenge? Always be developing and improving as a PT business owner. This is the only way you'll set yourself up for greater levels of success, get more numbers into your boot camps and challenges, and make a hell of a lot more money. Last one, guys, number 6. You must nail your upsell. This is so important. You must have a system or a process that helps you convert your short-term program attendees into long-term paying clients or members. So this is effectively your sales conversion system. We have an entire module within our membership site that covers everything, every bit of information you need to know about sales is covered in this particular module. But again, guys, understand your upsell program is where you make all the money. Your back-end program is where you make the money. You need to have a specific process. So many trainers fall away that they can run a really cool 30-day program or a 7-week transformation challenge or a 9-week transformation challenge, and then they're sort of scratching their head thinking, oh shit, how am I going to close these 20 people into my ongoing program? It's so important to have a systemized process that's continuously improving to make sure that your conversions are nice and high. I do get asked this question a lot, Frankie. What should my conversion ratio be? Very difficult to answer that question, because if you've got 60 people into your program compared to 6 people, well, I just think if you have 6 people into your transformation challenge, you pretty much should be converting most of those people. As a rule of thumb, I like about 50 to 60%. If you have 12 people starting a boot camp, a 30-day boot camp, or you have 12 people doing a 7-week transformation challenge, you should be looking at, as a minimum, you should be looking at 60%. Write this down, please, guys. The industry average at the moment is 58 to 60%. So I like to operate above that. So from a prospect, if you're doing a free trial session to the end, it's a free trial session. So it's a prospect to converting them into an ongoing paying client, 56 to 60%. So you need to be converting at least 60% of your short-term program attendees into your ongoing core program. Now, we know that we have, there's tons of reasons why so many personal trainers attend our particular webinars. Maybe that you're struggling to generate enough leads and paying clients. A lot of our personal trainers tell us that they are, just not earning enough money as a PT to make ends meet and pay all the bills. Trainers also tell us that they need to, they don't really have support to help them grow their business and make more money. They don't have the right path, the right systems, the right processes to keep them moving forward and making them more money. Current research shows us that this is mind-blowing, guys. 80% of personal trainers in the US earn less than $40,000 a year. I want to say that again. Current research tells us, this is from IRSA, that almost 80% of personal trainers in the US earn less than $40,000 a year. And in Australia, it's actually not much better than that. That every time I see that statistic, it literally blows my mind. And there's always one key reason, and I really think that reason is the mindset. I won't get into that too much today. Another alarming statistic in our industry, and this is Australian-based statistics, is that the majority of newly accredited personal trainers will fail or move into another career path or their old career path within the first 2 years. So the majority, I don't know the exact statistic, but the majority of newly accredited personal trainers will actually fail within 2 years and move back to their old career path or find a new career path. They're simply not making enough money to be able to stay in the industry. And that actually saddens me because, I've never met a personal trainer that's not passionate about what they do. So it saddens me generally when people are doing stuff that they're not passionate about and they're forced out of the industry because they just couldn't make it work. That does sadden me. Having successfully worked with hundreds of PTs around the world for many years now, we have found that the number one reason for these statistics is that personal trainers simply don't generate enough leads through marketing, and they don't close enough prospects into paying clients. To create a successful PT business and earn a good living, you must understand that you need to get leads into your business, and ultimately you need to close those leads into paying clients. It's common. It's pretty straightforward, but most personal trainers just don't have that business ability or that mindset. They just want to be trainers, and that, unfortunately, guys, that just doesn't work anymore. The problem is that many training organizations are fundamentally failing the fitness industry. They are churning out thousands of personal trainers every single year without providing them, adequate real-world business marketing skills. And, that doesn't sadden me. That actually pisses me off. And I've been on this bandwagon. I'll just get on my high horse for 30 seconds if I can, and I'll get straight off. But I've been, tapping this on the head for the last 10 years that personal training organizations, RTOs, need to fully equipped personal trainers with more than basic skills on anatomy and all that sort of stuff, and teaching them how to write nutritional programs and functional training exercises or programs. They need to give them a lot more. They need to teach them real world-class marketing skills, and marketing has changed so much in the last 5 or 6 years. It's gone so digital. So one of the big things that personal trainers say to us is, God, I've got no idea what I'm doing on marketing. Should I have Twitter? Do I need an Instagram account? What's this posting about? What's boosting about? What are Facebook ads? They've got no idea about social media because they're not being taught this in the courses. Those RTOs, they've got a lot to answer to. There's no doubt about that. The basic personal training certification doesn't teach you about how to properly set up your business for long-term success and profitability. That's the number one reason why so many personal trainers get into the industry, and then within 2 years they're out of the industry. They teach you stuff about anatomy, like I mentioned, and exercise programming, nutrition, injury management, and functional training, but very, very little about how to grow a successful personal training business and make 100,000 plus every year. Now, there's some members on our line at the moment, and there's some people that I know. You guys know that my belief on $100,000 per year. I think that every personal trainer, every trainer that's serious about being in the industry and making this a career should be earning 100,000 plus every single year. I did a webinar on this two weeks ago, and the response was, yeah, when you do the sums, you can actually do this. It is not difficult to earn $100,000 as a personal trainer every single year if you have the systems and the processes, if you follow a blueprint, and I really mean that. Irrespective of why you're here, The obvious question is, do you want to continue doing things slow and by trial and error? Or do you want to do things systemized, faster, and learn to earn more money doing what you're actually passionate about? The choice is yours to make, guys, but be fully aware that the choices you make, the decisions you make will have a significant consequence, both positive or negative, on the success of your business now and in the future. Most personal trainers are very good at training clients. There's no doubt about that. I'm sure we'd all agree with that. This is what they're paid to do. They are very good at training people. They help their clients get real results faster. The problem is, no one is helping them to get great results or faster results in their business and help them actually make more money. Like I said, $100,000 is what $100,000 plus is what all personal trainers in our industry should be earning. There seems to be this poor business mindset in the fitness industry where many personal trainers don't treat their business as a true business. They spend very little time on marketing, on planning, on lead generation, accounts, business development. They think that to build a solid business, they can train a few friends, a few family members and ask for referrals. Guys, this is not how you earn and create a business where you're actually earning $100,000 plus per year as a personal trainer. 2 years ago, our mission was to create the world's largest online business training program for personal trainers. And we developed a detailed plan to completely revolutionize the way personal trainers actually looked at the PT business at their PT business as a whole, but also the way they looked at the fitness industry as a whole. So what does the world's leading online business training program actually mean for you personally? Good question, Frank. In short, it means that you'll have at your fingertips literally everything that you need to become a more successful personal training business owner with all the business growth tools at your disposal. And so you can actually earn $100,000 plus per year. So let me actually show you inside what we developed, and we are so proud to put this together, or have put this together, what we call the PT Business Accelerator membership site. So the membership program has been developed with 12 very specific structured monthly modules. I'm going to go nice and slow here, guys. So, and I do apologize. I do speak very, very fast when I get passionate about something. So every module has been carefully planned to build your business step by step from the ground up. They've been strategically put together. Every 30 days, you get access to a brand new module with new strategies and cutting-edge business content to move your business forward faster. We have made this program as simple as possible. So you can understand and easily implement the strategies to grow your business easier. And that's the key thing, to make things easier and to grow your business faster. During the 12-month program, we cover a wide range of topics, including setting up business systems. Most personal trainers that get qualified, even well-known established personal trainers, have very little systems attached to their business. Optimizing your website to increase leads. We cover this a hell of a lot in Module 1. Social media marketing or social media mastery, covered in Module 3. The whole of Module 3 in our program talks about everything from Twitter, Instagram, what to do, what not to do, etc. More advanced information about filling your boot camps and challenges, really, really good. There's an entire module designated to this. Client retention system, 19 specific referral strategies. We've got strategic alliances modules to grow your PT business faster. And we've also got, Brad Cussworth's put this together, really proud of it, how to earn passive income as a personal trainer. So many personal trainers that we meet are kind of completely worn out because they've been taking 40 and 50 and 60 sessions for a long, long time. Towards the end of the program, we actually show you how to create passive income streams so you can actually start to earn income online. So throughout the program, let me just go back there. Throughout the program, we'll use a combination of short videos, flow charts, blueprint systems, processes, expert interviews. We've got some interviews with personal trainers that are actually earning $1 million plus per year. We've got one of our members is earning $1 million plus per year. One of our coaches actually interviewed him. That expert interview is in the back end membership site. We've got over 200 done for you email campaigns. As I mentioned, cheat sheets, just a whole lot of really easy to use content that you can cut and paste. And you can watch a speed coaching video and go, wow, that explains exactly how I put a private Facebook group together. Wow, that explains exactly how I put a lead capture page together. That's how I should be putting together our business cards. We've made it as easy as possible for you to actually grow your business faster. Additionally to all our content, We have 2 live webinars every single month. These webinars cover a wide range of topics, and each webinar has live Q&A at the end so we can actually answer your questions. Look at this as direct coaching and mentoring for your PT business. You can actually get online and say, Frank, what kind of offer should I be putting on my business card? And we actually answer those questions live on the webinar. All these webinars, guys, are pre-recorded so you don't have to attend the live training. Our PT business coaches, we really pride ourselves on the support. I guess one of the biggest comments we get about our program is, guys, the support is just ridiculous. And I love hearing that because it makes us feel so proud because we built this with that in mind. We've developed an extensive support system for all our members, including a private Facebook group where you can actually ask questions 24/7. I'm in that group most days. We've always got coaches in that particular group, and go for your life. You can ask as many questions as you like in that particular Facebook group. So how much does this cost to join the PT Business Accelerator program? So some of our competitors in the marketplace, we know this, are charging over $2,000 per month for personal training coaching, which is absolutely ridiculous. $24,000 per year. We understand that the majority of personal trainers simply haven't got these funds. So our program is not even half the cost of the $24,000. In fact, you know what it is? It's actually 10%. So for only $197 a month, you have access to all the tools, strategies, and support to grow your personal training business faster. The whole program is based on one thing, guys, to get you to $100,000 plus as quickly as possible. I hope you understand my mindset on this. Every single serious personal trainer that wants to be serious about their career and wants to really drive and build a more successful personal training business can absolutely earn $100,000 plus per year. So many of our members are earning that. As I said, we even have 1 or 2 members. We've actually got 2 members that are earning. One member's earning $1 million gross, and the other one is very, very close to that. So $197, guys, that's one client a month to actually pay for the program. We also have no fixed contracts. We don't believe in them. You can choose to cancel your membership at any time. If you think, you know what, Frank, I don't like your voice in the videos, or this content's not for me, or I want to change career paths, no problem. Just send us an email going, hey guys, can I get out of the program? You get out of it within 3 days. All this crap stuff about hidden contracts, and it kind of freaks me out that there's guys out there, gurus out there, business coaches and sales coaches and marketing coaches that try to stitch people up for 12 months and 24 months. I reckon it's absolute bullshit. So no contracts on our programs. For a limited time, we are opening the doors to our PT Business Accelerator program for 30 days, guys, and check this out. Invest only $7 for the first 30 days and you're in. This is less than 25 cents a day. It's crazy, and you can get in right now. Please don't sit there and tell me or think that your business is not worth 30 days just to have a look at $7 just to have a look at the program. It certainly is. Now, for the first 15 personal trainers who take action on the 7-day trial, that's $7 for the first 30 days, and then it goes to $197. We'll also be rewarding you with $500 worth of free bonus materials, including, this is really, really cool, guys. So these are our email marketing bootcamp for fitness professionals. It's 3 or 4 modules. It tells you everything you need to know about email marketing, and more specifically, email marketing to build a bootcamp or transformation challenge. You get that for free when you join for $7. Our 3 highest converting done for you emails. I can tell you right now, 2 of these emails were not put together, but were used by our $1 million member in the PT Business Accelerator program. So they're 3 of our highest converting emails. You get them for free when you join the program. Number 3, our 7 marketing tips for personal trainers ebooks. That's been distributed to over 4,000 personal trainers worldwide in the last 2 years. And the last one, our complete guide to Facebook marketing video series. So if you're sitting there going, Frank, I don't know what the hell I'm meant to be doing on Facebook. Why am I posting? Am I meant to be boosting? Should I be posting every day? We actually go through this in depth. The complete guide to Facebook marketing, our video series. You get that for free when you join on the $7 offer. So guys, I want to just quickly take you through some testimonials here. So firstly, from Lance and Sam. These are guys that have been in the program for about 3 or 4 months. Each month, we're given structured information that we work through at our own pace, as well as informative webinars and the ability to talk to the coaches themselves. A worthwhile investment for our PT business, for your PT business. These guys are doing really, really well. They've just expanded their business. Really proud of Lance and Sam. So thank you for that testimonial. Brad Cusworth, the PT, Caskelly, sorry, not Brad, that's my business partner. The PT Business Accelerator program has given me the confidence to now go out and open my own personal training studio. Wait till I'm going to show you next, guys. I'm excited about the next slide. The guys provide great support to all the members. I highly recommend any PT to join their programming community. So, Mr. Rogers, are you still on the line? Let me have a look. Yes, Wayne's still here. Fantastic. So, Brad Caskelly has been operating out of his garage, out of his single car garage for basically a decade. 4 weeks ago, he opened up his own, and I am getting goosebumps. 4 weeks ago, he opened his own personal training studio. This is a dream that he's been thinking about for the last 10 years. He actually lives in Melbourne. I can't wait to, I'm a Melbourne boy. I can't wait to go and see it. Brad's been in the program for the last 9 months, and he means what he says, because every time I speak to him or he's on our webinars, he says that you guys have given me the confidence to go and open up my own studio. He operated out of a garage for 10 years. He's got his own studio opened up about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I'm so proud of him. I can't wait to go and see it. And he's not on the webinar today, but he's one of our members. He's a highly active member. He's always on the membership site, looking at videos, looking at the webinars, seeing how he can improve his business. I'm just so proud of him. So a big well done for Brad there. Last one, Tim, just do it. It's a risk-free program. And if you're serious about taking your business forward, then the PT Business Accelerator program is for you. So many done-for-you systems to allow you to save time and earn more money. And a big thank you for Tim. Tim's actually been on our program for about 10 months. He was one of the first guys that started with us. So I also quickly want to say, guys, at the end of the 12-month program, and you're not obligated to stay in it for 12 months, but at the end of the 12-month program, you get the entire program and all the updates for free. That means you stay in the private Facebook group. You'll always have, as we call it, forever access. We like to reward action takers. If you can get to the 12-week mark, a 12-month mark, and you go, wow, well, you are going to get the entire program, everything, the speed coaching sessions, all the webinars, all the expert interviews, all the updates that we do when we update and add more content every single month. You get it absolutely free, and you don't pay an extra cent. So we love rewarding action takers, and that's a little bit of a reward for us to give back to the members. Okay, guys, so your next step is to simply go to this web address, www.ptbusinesscoaches.com/get started. Fill in your details and simply click submit. You'll then receive all your login details for instant access to our program. We'll also give you a call to discuss your current PT business and find out more about your goals. It's so important for us to understand your starting point, because we measure it. We want to understand where you are now, whether you're working out of a garage like Brad, or whether you're working out of a health club and you've got 4 or 5 clients. We want to understand your starting point so we can help you as much as possible to drive you to that magic figure of 100,000 plus every single year. So remember, guys, the first 15 people, the first 15 personal trainers only will receive instant access to over $500 worth of ready-to-use content and business training material. This is all yours as soon as you get into the membership site. You're able to download this immediately. So, guys, thanks for attending the training webinar. Just go to www.ptbusinesscoaches.com/get started, as I mentioned, to sign up for your 30-day trial for only $7. We look forward to seeing you on the inside. I'm just going to grab a sip of water, and I'm more than happy to kind of hang around and answer any questions that you may have, specifically about the program, or any questions you may have about your business. We do get cut off in about 10 minutes, so I'll try to answer as many questions as we can. And I'll just grab a sip of water, and we'll just see what questions we have here already. Mr. Rogers, thank you. That is freaking awesome. I appreciate that. Wayne Rogers is a very, very old friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine I've known for a long, long time. We used to work together in Melbourne when I had my studio, and he's a gun physiotherapist and a gun presenter, and I just love the fact that he's on the line. So let's start to ask some of these questions. So what days, this is from Christy. Christy, thank you for starting this off. What days are the live webinars? So Christy, can you please type in whereabouts you are? I don't know whether you're in Australia or whereabouts are you? In New South. So New South Wales. So we go either Thursday or Friday at 1 o'clock, and they run for an hour. So it's either it's mainly Fridays every fortnight. Christy, if you missed the live webinar, we actually upload it within 3 days to the membership site. I think we're up to about 25, 26 recorded webinars now, and some of the feedback we get is, guys, the webinars, just the webinars alone are worth the price. So we get that comment a lot. So either 1 o'clock on Thursday or Friday, Christy, and it's every fortnight. And don't freak out if you can't get to the live webinars. A lot of our members don't, and they just look at it we upload it onto the membership site within 3 days, and you can get onto that and to have a look. So all is good there. Next one is from Celia. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Celia, confirming there are no contracts. Celia, there isn't. And again, I apologise if I can't get that name right. There is absolutely no contracts. We don't believe in them. You get into the program. And guys, I'm just going to say this openly. Very rarely do we get people cancelling because of the content, that the value is so good and the support is so good. And at the end of the 12 months, you actually get the program forever for free. If you are a career trainer and you are wanting to stay in the fitness industry for long term, this is a no-brainer. This is not even, you wouldn't even think twice about this, because at the end of the 12 months, you get everything for free. You are connected to all the coaches forever. That might be a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, there's no contracts, there's no agreements. But as I said, people get into the program, and very rarely do we get people coming out of the program because they just want to stay connected. That private Facebook group, guys, is absolutely gold, because what's happening now is people ask questions and our members are actually answering those questions. I think one of the members was, one of the questions not so long ago was, should I have a low tier offer like, $29.95 for 3 sessions, or should I do something like 3 sessions for $99? Now, our members were actually answering those questions. So we're in the private Facebook group every day, but it's fantastic when members are taking initiative to actually answer some of these questions. So the support is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so what else have we got here? Fantastic, fantastic. What was the name and spelling of the company that you mentioned about the back-end systems? Kajabi, Brett, Kajabi. So you've almost spelled it right, mate. So it's Kajabi. So remove your V and put a B in there, Kajabi. Really, really cheap, guys. Very good platform. Our membership site is actually built off Kajabi. So, Brett, yeah, look it up, mate. It's really easy to find. So what else we got here? Kajabi, yep, Kajabi, guys. I'm getting a few questions there. Kajabi. Next questions, Todd. How much information is covered about social media? So, assuming, Todd, you're talking about the membership site. So, as I mentioned, all of Module 3, I think it's called Social Media Mastery, all of Module 3 is dedicated to social media. So, I'm not sure if you're wanting more information about social media, or whether you're a beginner or whether you're an advanced, but we pretty much cover the gamut. We certainly cover how to start your social media presence and how to actually post and what to post and when to post. So it's pretty in depth. I think there's 9 speed coaching videos on social media. So that's Module 3. So that's released after 3. So actually, guys, here's an interesting question. So can I buy? So yeah, so each module's released after 30 days, and the question is, can I buy the entire program and release all 12 modules? Chris, that's a great question, mate. We do, and again, I don't know whereabouts you are in the world, but we have been getting that a bit lately, and you can. Some people just want to get in there and they just want everything. They want to know about passive income drivers and retention, and this is all stuff towards the latter end of the program. You can, and it's at a really discounted price. So Chris, maybe send me a private Facebook group message or an email, but you can absolutely buy the entire program outright, which is just amazing concept. But then you'll have access to everything, so you can go to Module 1, Module 6, Module 9, whenever you like. So it's interesting you asked that question. We are getting a lot of that recently. Guys, Frank, Brad, can we buy the entire program outright? Yeah, you can. You now can. The entire program is completely finished. How much? Sharon, good to see you. Oh, well, good to see you virtually. Sharon's in the US. I'm rapt that you're on the line. How much of the program covers starting online personal training? I've been wanting to offer this at my clubs, but don't know how to get started. Sharon, again, it's aligned with what I just answered before. So passive income earners is Module 11 or Module 12. So it's right at the end of the program. Remember, guys, we only release 1 module at a time. So Sharon, that's right towards the end. One of our current members, John, actually asked me this a couple of days ago. Frank, can I buy the program outright because I want to get to that module? So a fair bit, Sharon. Brad Cusworth really specialised in that area. Again, there's about 6 or 7 videos in Module 11 covering this. And it covers a lot more than just online personal training. It covers how to do online ebooks, online membership sites, but that's right at the end of the program. It's Module 11. So I hope that answered that question. How do you differ your 30 programs for normal bootcamp camp? Bridget, I don't quite understand that question. How do you differ your 30 programs for normal boot campers? So maybe just give me a bit more there. I've got a few more questions here. Are there hidden costs? Are there any hidden costs? Question from Tara. Tara, no, not at all. Not one bit. It's $7 to get in for the first 30 days, and you've got unlimited access. There's nothing that hidden with, you can't access this or you can't access that. You are basically, you get unlimited access. You are treated, you're basically a member in that 30-day period. You get private access group, the private Facebook group access. Everything is just as per normal, and then from there, it basically goes to $197. There's nothing else. There's no hidden costs. Guys, I'll summarize it really quickly. We've still got so many people on the line, which is fantastic. It's $7 for the first 30 days. Brad, one of the coaches, Brad and myself, will call you within 3 or 4 days to understand your starting point. We'll navigate you through the membership site. There'll be some touch points within that first 30-day period. Try to get to the live webinars. If you can't, no problem. They're re-recorded. And just work yourself through the modules. Like Brad always says to our members, spend 2 to 3 hours a month. If you cannot find 45 minutes or an hour a week to self-develop and to grow your business, then potentially you're in the wrong industry. So an hour a week would be absolute. You could get through an entire module in less than 2 hours. So we only release one module a month. So to spend 1 hour watching some webinars or watching some speed coaching sessions, asking questions in the group, we're all about supporting you, but you need to take action as well. So no, there's no hidden cost at all, not at all. All right, what else have we got here? Thank you so much. Was great. We'll be in touch. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it, mate. Bridget, are they all in the same workout group, just separated by the time frame? Oh, Bridget, sorry, I don't understand that question. Are they all in the same workout group, just separated by the time frame? You'll have to give me a bit more information. Bridget, send me an email. Send me a private email, info@ptbusinesscoaches.com. You've got a few questions there, which I apologize, I don't quite understand. So info@ptbusinesscoaches.com. Send me an email with all those questions, and I'll absolutely answer them. Thank you I've got 4 questions there from you. I apologize that I don't really understand what you're saying in one of them, or a couple of them. Send me an email. I'll absolutely put the time and effort into responding to that email. A couple more, guys. Frank confirming it's $7 for the first 30 days, then $197. Brad, it is $7 for 30 days, then it's $197. It's automated. It goes to $197. You can cancel your membership at any time. Day 25, day 30, there's no contracts. You just email us at info@ and go, guys, I want to stop the program. It's not a problem. We'll obviously want to find out why, but we're not going to tie you to the program. If you don't want to do this, if you're getting out of the industry, we had someone cancel the program about 3 months ago purely because they were getting out of the industry. They were going back to labouring. So yeah, there's nothing, there's no risk, guys. There's absolutely nothing to risk here. I'm not a trainer, so can I use a program of health and nutrition? Ross, we actually have, guys, this is a question from Ross. I'm not a trainer, so I can use your program to health and nutrition. I suppose Ross says for health and nutrition. We have numerous Pilates instructors on board. We have some coaches on board. Most of the people that are on our membership program are absolutely personal trainers. But all the other people are definitely in the fitness industry. So you don't need to be a personal trainer to actually get into this program. All right, guys, let me work through these. I've answered that one. I think we're almost done. I've got a lot of thanks. You're all over it. Thanks. I appreciate that. This is awesome. This is freaking awesome. Thank you. I think we're just about done, guys. Yeah, again, Kajabi. Okay, here's another question. Okay, so I'm going to read this out, guys. This is from Andrew. It's quite a long question, so here we go. I run a boot camp, which is a 4-week block. They pay $100 per 4 weeks, so $400, and have 2 sessions a day, 3 days a week. How do I go about making a challenge 6 to 7 weeks and still have a boot camp running? Yeah, really interesting question, Andrew. If you're running an ongoing boot camp, I actually wouldn't run a challenge. It's just what's happening is your focus is being divided between the 2 programs. I would absolutely get your boot camp hunky-dory, get it 100%. And then once you've got that 100%, then I potentially may look at doing a challenge. But I think either or either, because you spread yourself too thin. One thing that Scott Hallman always used to say to us, again, America's #1 business coach, is do one thing and do it at 100%. And I know this. I know this, from real life examples. Many years ago, I was juggling. I had 5 different businesses. I had the health club. I still had the health club back then. I had a couple of other businesses. I was growing this business, and nothing was done at 100%. And a guy called Andrew Jamison, who actually just passed away 4 or 5 weeks ago, said to me, Frank, you'll end up doing nothing at 100%, and then you can't optimize things, and then you can't actually make money. You won't make as much money by having 4 or 5 things, and you think you do. You think you can make more money by having 4 or 5 things juggling at the same time, but you're better off, Andrew, focusing on your boot camp, getting that 100%, and then potentially running your challenge. You can turn your boot camp into a challenge. There's no problem there. That's easy. You just change the framework, but the marketing concepts are still the same. So I hope I answered that for you. So yeah, just focus on one thing and get that 100%. Okay, so we've got quite a few people logging off now. So thank you, Frank. Thank you. I've answered that question. Thanks. Cool. Great content. I'll be in touch. I appreciate that. I think that's it, guys. I can't see anything else. I think we're right to go. I've got one more. Frank, thanks. Join the I look forward to. Okay, beautiful. Steve, I appreciate that. So we've already got some members saying that they've jumped on the membership. Steve, thank you. Sergio, what's this question here? So the question is, guys, I'll take this one. I think that's about it. So do you have any way to measure the success rate for those who join the program? Like I said, Sergio, it's really important for us to do we call it an orientation call. We want to clearly understand where you're at. For example, like with Brad was doing 60, the guy that opened up his own studio, he was doing 60 PT sessions, mainly 45 minutes. So he was doing 60 PT sessions out of his single car garage. Now, a lot of stress, mortgage, all that sort of stuff. And his ultimate goal, he said, Frank, I want to be able to open up my own personal training studio within 12 months. He did it in 9 months. So I guess we measure based on where you're at and where you want to go. So I look at that as a journey. So as long as we understand this is your starting point, Sergio, where do you want to go? Some people say, Frank, I want to back my personal training down, but I want to start to do more online stuff. Most of our trainers, most of our members are like, Frank, ultimately I want to open up my own studio like Brad. I actually uploaded a ton of photos on our private Facebook group of Brad's studio, and all our members, oh my God, I want to do this, has motivated me. So everyone's on a different journey, but we need to understand your start point, and then we can absolutely help you drive to where you want to be. It's important for us to understand your A, but it's just as important for us to understand your Z, and that's where you want to go. I hope I've answered that. So thank you. Okay. All right, guys. I apologize if I've missed anything. Great, thanks, Sergio. You're welcome, buddy. It's really important, to understand. This is kind of freaky. I've been surprised, and I know we've got people in the States, US, and Canada. I can only speak for Melbourne. I've been surprised at how many personal trainers actually operate out of their garage. It's cool because you don't have to pay rent, and I get that, and you can kind of set it up. Brad had a single car garage, which was really small, but it's just amazing how many personal trainers actually operate out of their home. So, and I reckon every single member that we have that operates a personal training studio from home or their garage absolutely wants to get away from home, get away from the kids, and maybe get away from the wife or the husband and open up their personal training studio. So I think that's just such a fantastic goal. It's such a booming industry. Our industry globally just grows and grows every day. So it freaks me out that personal trainers, occasionally we meet personal trainers that go, I'm not sure if I can make this work. I'm not sure if I can, but these are people that have just been qualified, certified in Cert 4 in Australia. I'm not sure if I can make this work. You can absolutely make this work. You just need the processes. You just need to understand business fundamentals. As I said, and I probably sound like a broken record, every personal trainer that's serious about personal training, that wants to be a career personal trainer, can get to 100,000 plus, within 12 months. I did a webinar on this in our Inner Circle membership. So our PT Business Accelerator, our membership program, has that particular webinar in it. Why every personal trainer should be earning 100,000 plus per year. For the guys that have jumped on the 30-day trial, get into that webinar. I think it might be webinar 22 or 23. That's the first thing you should do. Just go to webinars, the webinar tab, and get that webinar. I think the title is why every personal trainer should be earning $100,000 per year easily, easily. It goes for about 50 minutes. Watch that webinar. You'll understand how to get to $100,000 per year. I break down the 8 different models and I talk about mindset. That is the key thing. Just that alone is worth paying the $197 per month too. Because I literally teach you what people are doing that are not earning 100,000 and what members are doing to earn 100,000. And then I talk about the 8 different pillars, or there is 8 different formats. And Sharon, one of those formats is online programming. There's 8 different formats that you can use to earn, or different models. Let's call them models. 8 different business PT models that you can build from the ground up to actually earn $100,000 per year. There's 8 different models. You don't have to be a one-on-one trainer. You don't have to be a semi-private trainer. You don't have to do boot camps and challenges, but you can. You pick a format. I love semi-private, 1-on-4. A lot of our members do 1-on-4. A lot of my personal friends, some of my best friends are personal trainers. They do 1-on-4. You know, they one person, 4 clients. They charge anything from $40 to $55. So they're working on $200 an hour. One of our members, Sandra, has a Pilates studio. She works off $180 per hour. So all those sessions are semi-private, 1-on-4, 1-on-4. So she's earning 180, 180, 180, 180. Beats the hell out of working for $60 an hour or $50 or $80 an hour. Semi-private's one of my favorites. It's a really quick way to get to $100,000 plus per year. Some of my, as I mentioned, because I was a personal trainer for a long, long time, some of my best friends are still PTs and they're earning 140, 150, 160. And for the members that are, for the people that are still on there, and there's so many people still on the line, and I appreciate that. Please don't be thinking, is this for real? Can I really earn $150,000? You absolutely can. We see this. We see this every single time. So get into the membership site, go to webinar 22 or 23 and sit there and watch that webinar and take notes, because I take you through the 8 different formats and I talk about what it's going to take to get you to 100,000 plus per year. All right, guys, thank you so much. There is still 70% of people that are on this webinar still on the webinar, so I really appreciate that. Let me have a look at the time. I think we're going to get cut off. We're probably going to get cut off. We should have probably been cut off already. So thank you so much, guys. Look, Brad and I will certainly be doing more webinars in the future. In fact, I think Brad's doing a webinar in a couple of weeks. It's just a free webinar. He's going to talk about how to set up your website and your social media presence properly to actually generate leads. So many personal trainers have websites and they've got an Instagram account and Facebook, but they've got no friggin' idea how to actually get leads from those particular online platforms. So free webinar, it's going to be fantastic. Again, we're going to promote this globally, and it's going to be specific about websites and social media presence, and more so how to actually gain clients. It's all good to have a great Facebook page or an Instagram account or a great website, but if it's not attracting leads, it doesn't really make sense. So Brad's going to take you through the specifics of how to actually attract leads online. So guys, I'm going to leave you there. Please always remember that information without action actually, it doesn't mean anything, but when you take massive action, it really does produce fantastic results. The key is to learn and then take action. God bless, and we'll speak to you, or we'll hear from you on the live webinar soon. Bye for now.